Hi Big Tractor Power fans, this video comes to you from a field located in western Kentucky where a 520 engine horsepower John Deere 9520RX articulated narrow track tractor with 24-inch belts set on a 120-inch spacing is planting corn with an 80-foot wide 32-row 30-inch John Deere DB80 corn planter. During this video, I would like to share with you this big machine's production history, specifications, and list price, as well as take viewers for a ride in the cab of the tractor to see the operator's perspective of running this large machinery. But first, let's head out to the field so that you can see and hear this big planting team at work. The model DB80 is one of the larger corn planters offered by John Deere. This 80-foot wide implement, equipped to plant 32 rows of 30-inch space corn, is well suited to plant large acreages that will be harvested by Class 8, 9, or 10 combines in the fall, equipped with 16-row, 30-inch spaced corn heads. The DB80 is built in Patton, Iowa, the home of Bauer Built. John Deere began working with Bauer Built in 2003 to manufacture large frame planters. Over the years, the company has offered planters ranging from 44 to 120 feet on the DB frame. The frame offers 15 degrees of flexibility to follow the contours of the field in rolling ground. It folds up to a narrow 16 feet for transport. The planter working in this video is equipped with John Deere's new central fill commodity tanks that hold 130 bushels of corn seed. Prior to model year 2022, Bauer Built planters used John Deere's older central fill tanks that held a total of 100 bushels of seed. This big planter is equipped from the factory with a 600-gallon fertilizer tank. Here we can see the previous generation DB80 planter with the 100 bushel commodity tanks. It's folded up for road transport mode. It pulls out of the field with ease and has that 16-foot wide transport width. The company recommends using a tractor with a minimum of 300 engine horsepower to operate this 80-foot planter. The tractor operating the DB80 in this video is a 520 engine horsepower John Deere 9520RX narrow track articulated tractor. This size tractor is well suited for the big planter because it has the power to pull it through the field over rolling land, as well as operating it safely on the road and carrying additional fertilizer with the chem farm tanks mounted on the front of the tractor. John Deere customers can order the DB80 with either ExactEmerge or MaxEmerge 5E row units. MaxEmerge 5E row units are operated with a single electric motor with seed tube delivery. They improve population accuracy on curves and offer accurate planning to variable rate prescriptions. Exact-Emerge row units offer dual electric motors, an industry-exclusive brush belt delivery system with a brush-style doubles eliminator and high-performance vacuum meters. When this large planter is empty of seed and fertilizer, it weighs in at 35,400 pounds. According to JohnDeere.com, the list price for a base DB80 without any technology options or row unit upgrades has a list price for model year 2023 of $415,577. I'm up in the cab of a John Deere 9520RX 520 engine horsepower tractor. It's equipped with John Deere's narrow tracks, and this tractor is operating a John Deere DB80 32 row 30-inch planter. And as the tractor and planter start out here in the field, it is planting the boundaries or the headlands of the farm. And we can see here the operator is steering the tractor as it starts here on the boundary, but the field has been mapped and can be used with auto steer to run the first 80-foot pass around the field, which is really handy. The tractor is running at 5.3 miles per hour and making that very first 80-foot pass out here in a 1,500-acre field. So this planter is definitely well suited for a big property like this to get the acres covered. So how do you like running the tractor? Does it do nicely on this with the planter? Or?
Yeah, it's real nice on the planter in the field. It rides a little smoother than the tire tractor. And it handles the planter real nice.
So what kind of hours do you put in? You said you start about 8 o'clock in the morning once you're fueled and serviced and filled up.
I run till 8 o'clock at night, so it's a good 12-hour day.
Well, I guess it'll take you maybe about 4.5 days then to get across these 1,500 acres here then.
Yep, I've been here 2 days. Probably got about another 2, so I'm done in this field.
Well, definitely a lot of acres. It's good to have a big 80-foot swath behind you.
Yeah, it makes it nice. It makes it go by a lot quicker.
Well, as the tractor and planter make its way here, working on the boundaries of this big field, I imagine that having an 80-foot planter out in a 1,500-acre field is a nice way to cover the acres in the spring when you're trying to get the crop in as quickly as possible. How many acres a day are you able to cover with a DB80?
About 300, 350.
Definitely very nice. And how many times do you have to fill the planter up, or how many acres do you cover before you have to put seed in it?
If I can get 300 acres on a fill up, so about a day per fill up. I can run most of the day on a fill up.
That makes it pretty nice. And then you've got a 500 gallon tank mounted on the planter, and then there are 2 chem farm tanks on the front of the planter with fertilizer, so that gives you 1,000 gallons of fertilizer.
Yeah.
What do you? How many acres do you cover with the fertilizer before you have to refill?
I can get 150 on a fill up, so if I fill up twice a day and seed once a day.
Well, definitely a well-matched planning team. Then I imagine having the GPS and auto steer really helps make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot nicer, especially on the ends. It helps out a lot.
We can see we're kind of going around a corner now, and the tractor is able to steer itself right around the corner, and we're following another line of trees out here in the field. We can see the tractor has good visibility from the cab. There's a breather over here in the muffler, but they're behind the corner posts of the cab, and we're running at just 5 miles per hour, working our way up this hill. again, it kind of maps its progression here, painting that blue line on the field. We can see another big part of the field on the other side of these trees is already planted as we start the new section here. So with the your monitor down here, you're able to see everything as far as singulation, population, how the row units are working.
Right, so I got population, singulation, and I can look at different RPM on the motor. I can look at pretty much anything on the planter. I can go up on here and watch it live.
Well, that's definitely helpful when you've got 32 rows out there to keep an eye on to make sure the seed's going down in every one of them. We're making a corner here in the field where the tractor pulled up tight to the fence row, and now the planter's going to back in, and we'll also track over some of the area that was already planted. Up here on the map where it catches a little bit of what was already
Cut those runs off.
It definitely saves on seed.
Got back on
And then you can also see that on your screen here with the row units.
it. Yeah, where it cuts this right here, so it shows me which rows are on. The green down there.
When the headland's complete, Roger just uses the screen here to program in the next setting where they start going back and forth across the field. And everything works just with the touch of a finger. GPS takes over, and the tractor is now going to start making those 80-foot passes back and forth. As the tractor and planter work their way across the field, we can get a good look at these no-till conditions. As I mentioned up in the tractor cab, this was a winter wheat field and then soybeans last year, double cropped in, and we can take a look at how the planter cuts right through that long straw. The farm uses a shell-boring stripper head, which leaves the wheat standing, and it's really tall, but it's a good mat to hold the soil. And then we can look down in here and see the trench it makes, just working up that little seed bed right there and getting the seed in the ground. Here we can see the DB80 working through the no-till conditions, cutting through the residue and planting the seed. The planter is set up to apply fertilizer right behind the row unit. You can see the tubes that come out and drop the fertilizer on the surface of the soil. I hope that you've enjoyed spending some time out in the field hearing and seeing this big 80-foot wide John Deere DB80 32-row corn planter at work. I'd like to hear in the comment section below this video if you use a John Deere corn planter on your farm. Tell me about the model that you're running and the tractor that operates it. If you've enjoyed the video, consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there's over 2,000 videos of farm machines in action. If you would like to see additional corn planting content from the channel, continue to watch for a few more seconds to the end screen for a direct link to 2 more Big Tractor Power YouTube videos. As always, thank you for watching.